Exciting news coming out tonight. The latest striker to be linked with West Ham United. Now, the source is a little bit key here. We'll get onto the source in a little second. The latest rumour, as you can tell by the title of the video, is Sebastian Haller, the Frankfurt striker, has been strongly linked to West Ham United for €40 million, £36 million in United money. Gonzo, this is exciting times. You know, you've been banging drum. I've been letting you bang it because we're both. This is our number one striker. People keep saying, "Who do you want as our striker?" Because Sebastian Haller. You must be getting a little bit excited when you see this.
Yeah, I didn't know. I literally, Nicola, Queen of the Shed Heads, she messaged me in my DMs, not in my shoes, not in my boots, of course, in the direct messages, and said, "Have you seen this?" Posted up a link. Didn't think much of it, to be fair. And then I started looking and scrolling down, and it appears that we are quite strongly linked with him. This would be it, mate. This would be the cherry on the cake. This would be the cake. Never mind the cherry on the cake. The cherry, the ice in the cake, the absolute lot, mate. This geezer is mustard, which doesn't go very nicely on a cake, does it? But, mate, this is the geezer. This is the one we want.
Forgive me for the pronunciation here, but the source is on Twitter. It's Nicolo Shara. Now, the reason this is key is because he exaggerates, okay? He has said we're close to completing a 40 million. He seems to make on that the deal is accepted. He's even said we've agreed a contract up until 2024. He exaggerates a lot, okay? So what I will say is ignore that aspect of it. But what he's usually accurate with is the link itself. He was very, very up to date with the Felipe Anderson thing last year. You got the Samir Nasri stuff bang on. You got the Lucas Perez leaving West Ham bang on as well. To put into context, he was insistent that Zaza was joining. He kept saying that Zaza's permanent transfer to West Ham was done. He was 2018, so last year summer, he was talking about how Pedro Obiang was heading to Sampdoria. He got the link right, but he kept exaggerating as if the deal was pretty much done. It's not. So when he says we're interested in Sebastian Haller, I think it's true. I do think it's true. I don't think it's how. The only other thing is, to give context to this, Gonzo doesn't know this. The Twitter account West Ham News, the biggest West Ham Twitter account there is, he got told last night or the night before that we were in for Sebastian Haller for 40 million as well. Now I know his source. I don't know if I'm allowed to say who it is. It's a strange source, but it's reliable enough. I'll tell Gonzo who it is after, so you can sort of back me up on it. So it's a decent enough one. But 40 million, do you know something? 40 million euros, Gonzo, that is cheap to me. But I have kept saying to you, I don't think you say 45 million. I said to you, I don't think we're getting for that. I really don't. I think Jovic leaving boosts his price because he's even more important to Frankfurt, even more valuable. Frankfurt do have a friendly as we speak. I think they kick off soon. Haller is on the bench, so he's not in the 11. He's in the squad for the friendly. So that'd be interesting to see, because if this has legs, they might not want to risk him if he's a £40 million asset. But bargain price this, 40 million euros.
I would absolutely think so. I said 45 because I thought it was less than Jovic, who was their star man. You're not paying 45 million for this guy if he's at a top club, and he's good enough to be at a top club. Man United are trying to sell Lukaku at the moment. I think he's better than Lukaku. They had a great run, Frankfurt, last season in Europe, as people that would have followed the Europa League would have seen. He was fantastic. In fact, they had a really good attacking front three, if you like. He was absolutely magnificent. If we could keep a fit team for next season and we had this guy spearheading our attack with all the attacking talent, which everybody knows about, behind, loading the bullets for this guy to fire, we would be formidable opponents for almost everyone. I'm sure Man City wouldn't be quaking in their boots for the first game, but I would almost fancy our chances against anyone. I don't want to get too excited because obviously we've banged drum about this guy for 2-3 months, but this really would be next level, I've got to say.
This is, I was about to say, your midfield and attack at West Ham next season, if we got Haller, we'll be top 6. I don't think the defence is worthy of top 6. I think that's our downfall, and that's where we need surgery next summer. But on a fully fit day, our midfield 3 and our attacking 3 would be good enough to be a top 6 club. So this guy would just be fantastic. He would, if we were to sign Haller and no more players, I'd be delighted with the transfer window. I really would be absolutely delighted. 15 goals and 29 appearances in Bundesliga last season. And the thing is, out of those 29 appearances, 6 of them were subs. So he only started 23 games and he's got 15 goals. The boy's a goal scorer. He holds it up well. He's a big guy. He's got a bit of pace.
Yeah.
He's actually almost like the Bundesliga's version of Rondon, but a bit better. And he's only just turned 25. You might as well count him as a 24-year-old. He turned 25 last month. So he's 25. He's the right age. He's got plenty of experience, but still got potential in there. He's still got, he could a couple of good seasons at West Ham. All of a sudden, you've got an £80 million striker on your hands here. This would be the number one. This would be the exciting. Gonzo says, "Don't get excited." You know something? I am excited. I didn't buy into Maxi Gomez because I didn't know the player. It was difficult for me to get excited about someone I've not seen before, someone I didn't know. So I was very much sort of meh about it all, whether he came or he didn't come. It was difficult for me to get emotionally attached, if that makes sense. This one, it's too easy to get emotionally attached in a way. This guy's just utter brilliant. What's your final words, etc.? We're just doing a quick video tonight because you've got commitments, etc. So we've just jumped on to a quick chat because I'm too excited not to have a chat about it.
Yeah, absolutely right. I'm glad we did. I spoke season before last after Moyes. I said we weren't giving the opposition anything to think about. When our team sheet was handed in an hour before the game and the opposition managers saw it, they weren't having to look at that team sheet and say, actually, we've got to adjust our tactics because of West Ham here. There's not a centre-back in the league that would enjoy playing against Sebastian Haller. I can tell you that. If you saw his name on the team sheet, you'd almost want to double up on him, but you can't double up on everyone. You can't double up on Felipe Anderson. You can't double up on everyone. You've got Lanzini, Fornals, whatever the case may be. For once, I do think that apart from the most resolute of managers like Pep Guardiola and maybe Pochettino, I think we would actually have some managers really scrambling and changing their team because they were playing West Ham. If you only can play one way, then that can be quite hurtful because they can come up with a tactical plan. But actually, this guy is so big and he can play his back to goal or he can play him behind. Do you know what? If they're going to sit deep, then we can put balls into the box and he'll head them in. If we want to play counter, we can play counter. Possession, he's comfortable doing that as well. This would be absolutely magnificent, Gio.
He is really, really good in the air as well. I said 15 goals. I think he got 9 assists. He's such a team player. He's very unselfish. And look at Jovic got his £52 million move to Real Madrid. Do you know something? He can thank Haller because Haller would have been the guy making him. I tell you what, Haller could actually be the guy that unlocks Javier Hernandez at West Ham as well. You ever need two guys up front? This guy's a perfect partner of Hernandez. Unselfish, the big one, the one that'll, Gonzo just said, double up on him. Double up on him all you want. Hernandez will be in there getting the space. He'll be doing Jovic's role that he was doing at Frankfurt, finding the space, putting that finishing touch on it. You give the ball to me, I will knock it in. And Haller can do that. This guy, honestly, West Ham need to go all in for him. I would love to see us really make this. Would be a statement of intent. This would be next level. This would be absolutely fantastic. Anyway, Gonzo, we'll leave it there, shall we? And hopefully this is true. We're not
you need to wrap it up. You've got to tell me that source before we go.
But anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you've watched enough of Haller like myself and Gonzo have, leave your comments below what you think. Is this the guy that you want as the #1 striker at West Ham United next season? Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new out here, and we'll see you in a bit. Hopefully tomorrow night. West Ham have their first friendly pre-season in Austria tomorrow. West Ham are going to try and stream it on their YouTube channel. It depends on Wi-Fi. It all depends on Wi-Fi. It might be Rob Pritchard's mobile phone again on Periscope or whatever, like it was in America a couple of years ago. So they are going to try and put it out there. Someone's just put in on the live chat. Someone's just put in West Ham News's source. So if you're watching on the live chat, have a look. The source is there, and it's quite a good source actually. And there's more to it than that. But I'll tell Gonzo in a second. Anyway, catch you in a bit.